What's up, Pupples? She's all, you back?
She's like, are we live? Nobody gave me a count.
From outer space.
I didn't hear
you
anything.
You just walked in to find me here without that look upon my face.
She would do that shit too.
She would totally sing to you like that.
No, and she would totally, to me, she would totally change the lock and be like, "You're not."
She would change that lock.
She'd be like, "You're not coming in, motherfucker. It's just him and me now."
She'd be like hossing on the door, going, "Is that you?" I'd be like, "Yeah, you come in."
Yeah, she wouldn't let me in.
You'd be outside. Okay, so before we get into this next segment, I've learned that the dog has a very panic bark now because one time Phil left her outside overnight, and she was running from window to window, and I don't even think I was home. I don't remember where I was, or I came home really late. I guess she had to start barking because she'll go to every window to bark to let us know, I want the fuck inside, bitches.
We have learned it, and it is very different from what she has. She definitely has a voice, and she knows how to use it, and she's figured out the modulations to let us know what she wants.
Yeah, and she also learns to talk with her eyes. So she'll look at you and then look at what she wants, and look at you and look at what she wants until you get the fuck. I want under the blanket, like.
Or I want that sandwich you're eating. Or
yeah.
I want to taste that. Or her eyes tell you everything she wants.
So, we're starting something new with Phil because between the two of us, he is the one that lives and breathes music.
I listen to lots of music, I do.
Lots. Like, he was in the top 13% of Twisted listeners last year.
No, don't you dare leave me that. Top 2% of Twisted listeners last year on Spotify. Which shocked me. I had no idea because as much as I listened to WAP, I was sure that was going to be that would be where I was. Top 2% listeners for Twisted.
See, my music goes from everything from like Madonna and Eminem to Disney stuff to everything
to 95% Disney stuff.
Boy band stuff. Like I fucking love Spice
95%
Girls.
Disney stuff.
Well, I do have a lot of Disney stuff, and
I've never heard a grown man wake up in the morning singing something from Frozen in the shower, but God love you, and I do too.
And my favorite disco song, I've discovered there's like a 15-minute remix on YouTube. So that shit was played. I would not leave the shower until I got done singing. I have a lot of Survive. My music tastes all over the place, and they're. I don't have a lot of music. This mofo right here has got like 20 playlists, all of them themed. He has playlists based on dates from history that meant things to him, like when we first met. There's like a We First Met playlist.
Y'all, like, people who know me, especially my oldest friends and my closest friends, know you can tell how I'm feeling by what's on my playlist in my car. And he's not kidding when I tell you I've got a playlist for every mood, every day of the week.
His emo playlist.
I've got them for decades. I've got my 50s playlist, 60s playlist, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. I've got collections that are like my Groovy collection, which is some of my 60s and 70s stuff together. I've got some of my goldies, which will have some of my 50s and 60s stuff together. Like, I've got everything. I even have some country in there. I've got lots of hip-hop playlists. Got a playlist for everything.
So this year, I'm going to be surprised if he's not in the top 1% of Twisted listeners because that's all we listen to every day.
No, I have an entire playlist of stuff that is from Magic Ninja and some of the other labels that make underground hip-hop, like Mob Style is in there.
We're playing the Magic Ninja playlist every day, which isn't bad, but one day I was like, can we please, for the love of God, this is something else. It was 8 days in a row.
And I was quite unhappy that you changed my... He threw off the Emperor's Groove. He did. He threw off my groove. He's lucky I didn't throw him out the window.
I think I stopped it to play a Big Frida song. I thought about it.
And y'all, and you don't understand. It's funny. I just told my best friend this story yesterday. I was like, look, we were driving. I was in a mood. I was not happy. And he took my phone and changed my playlist. And he was like, he did what? I was like, took my phone and changed my playlist. And he was like, no, what did he put on? He's like, he put on the disco playlist. And he was like, all right, so tell me some Bee Gees came. I was like, that's the reason he's alive. Because it was disco and so he had his song and some Bee Gees came on. Because you do not touch my playlist in the car. They are there for a reason. They are there to control my mood and set how I feel. And yes.
You don't need to set a mood to check the mailbox, which is 50 feet away.
Yes, you do.
You don't need to set a mood to go to the gas station, which is 2 blocks away.
I do. And Magic Ninja quite often sets my mood. That playlist has a lot of really great artists on it. And I wanted to take just a little time this week on this part of the show to say one of my favorite new artists that I have just gone crazy for is, his name is Gibbie Stites. He's dropping an album today called Welcome to Illville. It has so many amazing tracks on it. I hope people go out and listen to it. He's making what he's calling mental health music, and I fucking love that because as someone out there who has mental health issues, you get tired of hearing people tell you shit is just in your head. It's all in your head. If you would just get out of your head. Oh, it's all... No. Sometimes you don't feel right and shit doesn't feel right, and it's not just because it's in your head. And he talks a lot about that. He has songs that I relate to in ways I haven't related to songs in a long time. So I hope y'all go out there, listen to a bunch of his shit. It's on everything. It streams Apple, it streams Spotify, it streams everywhere. It's on YouTube. He has a weekly show on YouTube he has as well. But y'all check out Welcome to Illville. Listen to Pressure. Listen to the whole thing, y'all. It's great. It's fan-fucking-tastic. This is a jersey for his last album called 13th Wonder. Soon as I saw it and discovered him, I had to get his jersey and his merch. Love Gibbie. Check out Gibbie Stites.
What's your favorite song on the album?
Pressure. I relate to Pressure so much. It is so hard sometimes to not be your hardest critic, to be your own harshest critic, and put all the pressure on yourself to think, I have to fix everything myself. I'm in charge of everything. I take care of everything. Sometimes you have a team, and I'm lucky I do have a team. But sometimes it feels like the weight of the world is only on your shoulders and you carry it alone. I feel you. I feel that song. Check out Pressure, y'all. But Gone with the Wind is fire as too. That's a fire-ass song.
He likes the entire album.
Everything.
See, I always thought the best way to do it as a musician, just release songs as you go, especially in today's age. I think COVID really just did, like Big Freedia kind of does. Just release songs as you go and just keep them going, and just the way you always have something new for someone to listen to.
See, I'm old school. I like collections of songs. I'm a musician myself. I like to write music. I write lyrics. I write songs. I've written the theme songs for his shows. I like the idea of your songs being a collection and coming together. And if you have, even if it's just an EP of 4 or 5, if they come together and tell a bigger story, that's magic. And to me, it's greater magic than just here's a single, here's a single, here's a single, here's a single, here's a single. But that's just me.
But it's the same thing. Like, they could all be together as part of a major EGP, but it's just like people who release daily YouTube shows, like we kind of do. You get stuff every day that keeps you engaged in content because, like, some of our artists don't release albums for years.
It takes a long time to write music. I have a song that I've been editing for 4 years. I'm sure at some point it's going to come out. Gavin, 3 years ago, thought it was ready. But sometimes it's easy to get lost in a song and to just keep writing and rewriting and working.
But there's a point where you have to understand you got to stop George Lucasing it. It's done.
Oh, you had to say that because, man, I just saw that South Park with Indiana Jones. Man, if they do that with The Matrix, I'm going to be so upset. I'm going to be running out and screaming just like they did. Yeah,
so this is going to be our section of the show where it's just Phil's topic, whatever he feels like talking about. It's more than likely to be music most of the time.
Probably. I do listen to a lot of music.
He listens to a lot of music. And we had an argument this week because he was mad. He watches those Ratchet Bitch shows like Love and Hip Hop. And I'm trying to get him to understand the reason those people are most of the time are popular is because they're on that show. Or they're following people on that show to run across them because most of those people aren't very talented.
He did notice that.
And the thing is hip hop, it's going to sound horrible coming from me, it's like a dime a dozen in the South. Everybody is. So everyone's making their music. How do you get seen? You throw yourself on camera with a national TV show, find a way to get involved there, or be on the show. And that's just an instant thing because people will watch the show and just go flock to the music like he has done. It's different when you're trying to do it on your own. You just got to get the stuff out there.
I have been afraid to. It's been a voyage of self-discovery, and I am using music as a way to express myself more than I ever have, and to tell stories in a way that I never did. And I'm working with new musicians and sharing it with them. I had a friend the other day who was like, if you're not careful, you're going to be one of those people that, one day just tragically dies, and then they listen to your collection like, where has he been? How has he kept this? He wrote the great American novel and none of us knew. I've been writing music since I was 12 years old, but for so long I let haters tell me I wasn't good, so I kept it to myself. I had close friends who I thought were my friends, who behind my back were telling each other it was a joke that I was writing music. And so, for so long, I've kept it to myself, and I've been afraid to share the music that I've been working on. But hopefully that's going to change soon. And hopefully there's going to be some fun shit coming.
Yeah,
I mean, writing songs with him has been my first step.
When he's gonna be working on it, you're gonna watch him do it. Like I'm gonna set up a camera and it's gonna be streaming.
That's gonna be hard. That's gonna be.
And you guys can watch how the process unfolds because it's fascinating, especially when we do Music Saturdays. I fucking love Music Saturdays. You guys are all just getting together and getting the groove going, and y'all are having fun and just getting into it. That is the best feeling over here. Like I love the creative spirit that pops up. And no, you're not alone. And no, someone may hate what you do. Someone may love what you do.
I'm learning to just not give a fuck. Maybe they will like it, maybe they won't. But what I really hope is that someone likes it and that they feel it. And that maybe they hear a story that I tell that they can relate to and it helps them feel better. Because it helps me feel better to write it out and get it out. That's the hope.
That is the hope. So it'll be exciting. I gotta get your holophoner hooked up.
It is not a holophoner.
Bitch, it looks like a holophoner.
It's not a holophoner. Y'all, I don't have a holophoner, I promise.
It's a digital saxophone.
It's not a digital saxophone. I can't afford shit like I can't.
What is this thing then?
It's a digital wind instrument controller. It's like a MIDI controller for wind instruments that lets you make more expressive sounds than you can with a typical
expressionful.
Would
you say expressionful sounds?
No, make more expressive sounds than you could with normal synths.
I can't with you.
I will not say expressionful. It's not a real word.